We visited both the UAE and Saudi Arabia, visiting several cities in both countries. We visited with government officials, with company officials, with entrepreneurs, took in some cultural sites. At one occasion, we got flown out by Saudi Aramco into the middle of the desert. The students got to play a bit on the dunes, but also see a refinery. We looked at policy issues and business issues and really got a good sense of where the region is going and what some of the challenges are. One of the most incredible things that I saw on the trip is actually at the tail end. We visited Jeddah, and outside of Jeddah, the king is building a brand new city, one of 4 that are being built in Saudi Arabia. Because of the growth in the population, the existing cities are not going to be able to deal with the population growth. This is a new city that's planned to be the size of Washington, D.C. It's a $100 billion project. And much to my joy, I discovered that the person who is running this entire project is a Saudi alum of ours from the class of 2005. And so to go and to see somebody who graduated from the GSB just 4 years ago in charge of such a significant project, firstly in terms of its scope, but also secondly in terms of its importance for the country, was really wonderful. The students go out to these various places, their lives are transformed by what they see there, and then as importantly, and maybe even more importantly, they bring that back with them to the GSB, and they share that with their classmates outside of class, and as importantly, in their classes as well.
The experiences on the trip had a large impact on me in terms of shaping my views on the region. I'm planning on moving to Dubai to work post-graduation from the GSB. So this trip served to really get me excited about the future potential of the region.
On a global study trip, you really learn firsthand that management styles and culture, both country culture and corporate cultures, vary enormously over the world. And so what is effective in one setting is really not going to get you very far in another. And you require this kind of first-hand experience in order to really see the impact so you can internalize it into your own style going forward. What the students tell me is that actually these leadership experiences in leading the study trips are perhaps the most significant leadership experiences that they have while they're at the GSB. And the reason is that you have ultimate responsibility for a group of 20, 25, 30 other people, sometimes in a remote part of the world.
This trip to Saudi Arabia and the UAE had some particular complexities that were unique probably to our trip. We had to arrange for official visas through the government of Saudi Arabia, through some of our alums, and through our student leader, Abdulaziz, who is Saudi. And then when we were in the country, in Saudi Arabia, we had to abide by the local rules, regulations, and customs. So that was an especially interesting experience for all of our women participants. So we provided all of them with abayas in order to basically the black coverings so that they would wear their gowns when we were in country, whenever we were outside of any of our meetings or in public. So they were able to experience firsthand what it's like to live in Saudi Arabia.
What makes these study trips really special is the quality of the leadership team. And here we had a very diverse team. We had a Saudi citizen, we had someone whose family is from Iraq, we had an American woman who has spent a lot of time in the UAE, and then we had an American student who rounded out the team. And when you go to a place, to pick the example of Saudi Arabia, with a Saudi Arabian national who's really taking you home, you get insight into the culture and into the place that's very hard to replicate on a trip anyone might do on their own.